When your dog twitches in their sleep, paws paddling at nothing, a low whimper escaping their throat, what do you think they're dreaming about? Most people guess squirrels or food, maybe a game of fetch. But what scientists actually found will change the way you watch your dog sleep forever. And once you know it, you'll never look at those little twitching paws the same way again. 1. Your dog's sleeping brain replays you. In 2001, MIT neuroscientist Matthew Wilson and his colleague Kenway Louie made a discovery that stunned the scientific community. By monitoring the hippocampus, the brain's memory center, during sleep in rats, they found that animals don't just sleep. They replay the events of their day almost frame by frame, while unconscious. The patterns of neural firing during sleep were nearly identical to the patterns recorded while the animals were awake and moving. Dogs have the same brain structures, the same hippocampus, the same REM sleep cycle, which means when your dog's legs start moving at 2 a.m., they are almost certainly running through their day again in their mind. And who was at the center of that day? You were. The walk you took together, the moment you sat on the floor and let them climb into your lap, the sound of your laugh, the smell of your jacket. Your dog isn't dreaming of escape. They are dreaming of the life they already have. And you are the main character. 2. Your dog has a you-specific brain region. This one stopped researchers cold. In 2020, a team at Eötvös Loránd University in Budapest trained dogs to lie still inside an MRI scanner, fully awake, fully conscious, and then played them audio clips. The voices of familiar humans, the voices of strangers, the sounds of other dogs. What lit up in the brain when they heard their owner's voice wasn't just the auditory cortex. It was regions associated with reward, safety, and emotional memory, simultaneously in a pattern that researchers described as uniquely intense compared to any other voice. Your dog's brain doesn't just recognize your voice. It responds to your voice the way a system responds to its most critical input, like a lock recognizing the only key it was ever built for. Researchers found something even more unsettling. The dog's brain began showing anticipatory activity before the owner's voice finished speaking. Their neurons were already firing in the pattern associated with positive emotion before the full signal had even arrived. They weren't reacting to you. They were expecting you. Their brain had learned your voice so completely that it started celebrating before you even finished saying their name. 3. Your heartbeat and your dog's heartbeat synchronize. In 2017, researchers in Sweden conducted a study that sounds almost too poetic to be science. They monitored the heart rates of dogs and their owners across ordinary daily moments, sitting together, watching television, simply being in the same room. What they found was physiological synchrony. The two heart rates, human and dog, began to mirror each other. When the owner's heart rate rose, the dog's followed. When one calmed, so did the other. They weren't just emotionally attuned, they were biologically entangled. The researchers noted that this kind of interspecies physiological synchrony had essentially never been documented before at this level. It wasn't trained behavior. It wasn't a trick. It was two bodies that had spent so much time together, they had quietly learned to beat in rhythm. Think about that the next time your dog curls against your chest and exhales. They are not just resting, they are matching you. 4. Your dog feels your absence the way you feel pain. This is the one that's hardest to sit with. A study published in Applied Animal Behavior Science measured cortisol, the body's primary stress hormone. In dogs before, during, and after separation from their owners, cortisol spiked sharply the moment the owner left. Not gradually, not after an hour, within minutes. But the researchers added a variable that changed everything. Some dogs were left with an unwashed item of clothing belonging to their owner, something that carried their scent. Those dogs showed significantly lower cortisol levels throughout the entire separation period. Your smell alone was enough to partially regulate their nervous system. Not food, not toys, not the company of another dog. You, the ghost of you, chemically preserved in a piece of fabric, was enough to tell their body, she's still here. He hasn't gone far. It's okay. Your dog doesn't experience your absence as inconvenience. Their body experiences it the way any animal experiences the removal of something it needs to feel safe. And it recovers the moment you walk back in. 5. The look your dog gives you is one of the rarest things in nature. There is a specific kind of eye contact your dog makes with you that scientists have a name for now. Not just looking, referential looking. It's when your dog encounters something, a sound, a problem, an unfamiliar object, and immediately turns to look at your face before deciding how to feel about it. Wolves don't do this. Not even wolves raised by humans from birth. They look at the problem, they look away, they solve it, or flee from it independently. Your dog looks at you. They turn to your face as an emotional compass. Your expression tells them whether something is safe or dangerous, exciting or threatening, worth investigating or worth fleeing. Researchers call this social referencing, and it was once thought to be unique to human infants checking their caregiver's face before deciding how to respond to the world. Your dog does it too, constantly, across their entire life, which means when you walk into a new place and your dog glances up at your face, they are not being distracted. They are reading their map. They are checking the one source of information they trust more than their own senses. They are checking you.